Hey YouTube, I told you guys that I was going to be back, and I am back. Let me put my phone away. Now, since I'm doing a YouTube, I can guarantee you somebody's going to call me. But we are going to put that away, and I am going to put something here so that my iPad can stay up. So let me just first say this. Um, my YouTubes are not as, you know, fancy as a lot of the YouTubers I see. But one thing that I can tell you from my YouTubes, you will get a lot of knowledge. Okay. So I've gotten two calls. I've heard of it twice, and I've gotten a call today. And then I got a text message on brain flu. So what I just want to say is that most of the time, a lot of the times, all of the time, when we get anything that comes in our body like colds, flu, or anything like that, basically we're getting it because our immune system is low, and we get it from viruses and um, airborne viruses and things of that nature. Correct? Correct. So, and a lot of times, almost 90% of the times, we bring things home from school, our children. We bring things home from work, the bus, in our cars, just being outside, period. But what I have learned is that when you don't properly wash your clothing, these airborne viruses, um, different bugs, and parasites can actually get on your clothing and cause a lot of confusion when you wear them over and over again. Parasites can be on your clothes. When you put your clothes on, they can crawl up in your anus, they can crawl up in your vagina, they can crawl in your ears. So, what I've come today is with a lot of different disinfectant oils, and I'm taking this from my class because I give classes on Facebook. So I took a few things from my class and in my office, and I want to just go over and let you guys know some disinfectant oils that you can actually clean your homes with, and that you can put in um, your rinse cycle, and you can do your laundry with them. Because one thing we have to understand, a lot of people think a lot of suds, like the more sudsy it is, it cleans your clothes. No, what suds do, it just makes all of those germs just keep going around and around and around and around inside the washer. It does nothing. Um, so I want to tell you about some oils, um, some oils for musty odors. You can use bergamot, and I'm just giving you a list of things, okay? Uh, um, for musty odors and to disinfect clothing. Bergamot. What else do I have here? This is all for my class, okay? Um, what I gave them was, and I wrote everything down. I do that for all my classes so I can have myself together when I enter the classroom. So, bergamot, grapefruit, these are oils, essential oils. It should be essential oils. Bergamot, grapefruit, lemongrass, lime, mandarin is a good one, and orange oil is really good. Orange oil also helps stimulate brain cells. Sage is very good. So the ones that I just gave you is for disinfectant and musty odors. And I'm going to give you now some disinfectant oils. Lang Lang, clary, rosemary, geranium, lime, and I didn't put these on there, but marjoram, lavender, and mint. Those are good for disinfectant oils. So, I mean, disinfecting your laundry. So you can put them in a spray bottle with some distilled water, about 15 drops of one of whichever you choose. You can spray them on your clothes before you put them in the dryer. You can also do about I would say 3 drops to every rinse cycle. And I'm going to also give you an antibacterial oil. Okay, this is really good for when you have colds. Tea tree oil, grapefruit oil, oregano oil, cinnamon oil, um, thyme. Let's see what else. Eucalyptus, and I like citronella oil. Those are all good for antibacterial when you have a cold or something like that. These oils also you can spray around the house. Um, and let me give you another a bacteria killing oil. Now I gave you the antibacterial, but a bacteria killing oils, of course, is I really love cinnamon because um, cinnamon has in it is called cinnamaldehyde. That kills off viruses and bacteria. Okay. Um, I usually sometimes I would do a when I do a like an intense cleanse. I'll put about 15 drops of cinnamon in a spray bottle, and I'll spray my kitchen counters. I'll spray, my mattresses, things like that. So it's really good for viruses and bacteria. Cinnamon. Um, Antimicrobial oils. Sweet orange oil is great. Lemon, grapefruit. Um, and what I like about these oils have high levels. How can I say this? These oils have contains high levels of limonene. Okay, beneficial to the liver and the lymphatic system. Um, and it's almost like when you use these oils, even around the house or things like that, it um, it cleanses toxins from the blood. Just like things that we smell on a daily basis put toxins in our bodies, and it disrupts our blood, it disrupts our liver. So you can use certain things around your homes that won't do that, but that will be beneficial to you. Things that comes from a plant. Now, I'm going to give you just a few of these, and then I'll give you the rest tomorrow. Natural cleaning oils. Lemon oil. Lemon oil is good for, it's like a clean scent, and it's an antibacterial, antiviral. I like it for a degreaser. I usually use 15 to 20 drops of lemon oil, and I put it in some distilled water, heat it up a little bit, put it in a spray bottle, and I spray it on things that I want white again. It's good for stains. You can clean out the fridge with it. It's a good wood cleaner. And if a wood cleaner, I usually do 10 drops of lemon oil with maybe 6 ounces of olive oil, and that's my wood cleaner. Tea tree oil is good for germs, bacteria, again, viruses, like I told you. And you can also use it for homemade wipes to wipe your showers down. It gives it a very fresh, clean scent. And it's also good for keeping viruses and germs down in the home. Rosemary oil is my favorite. Rosemary and nettle. If your child has like a lot of dandruff, thick dandruff, I usually do rosemary and nettle as a final rinse. Just pour it on top of the child's head or your head, but don't rinse it out. I would say rosemary and nettle, and I'm just throwing this in. Rosemary and nettle, you can boil it on the stove. You want to do wild harvested herbs all the time. So I take rosemary and nettle, boil it on the stove for about 5 minutes, then let it sit for about an hour. Put it inside of a jar. I don't strain it. And I just use that for our final rinse of our hair for a lot of dandruff. And you just want to rub it in and massage it really, really good. And take your towel and dry your hair off. You do not rinse that back out. But rosemary is it's a good antibacterial, antiseptic. It's good for washing your dishes, laundry. You can add it in your laundry detergent if it's homemade laundry detergent. It's good for fresheners and sprays. You can also mix it for focusing. If you have a problem focusing, you can use that as well. Put it in a distilled water in a spray bottle, 15 drops, spray it around the house. It's great for focusing. Wild orange oil. I would do, let me tell you my recipe here. I do 1 to 2 drops in about 6 ounces of water. Wild orange oil helps brain stimulation. Okay, so if you have a child with that's won't sit down, or ADHD or autism, it really sparks those brain cells. You can just spray it around his room or her room. You can spray it on the bed sheets. You can spray it, here and there around the house, around their bedroom, whatever room they are in the most. Let me give you what I use for cleaning as well. I use wild orange. Now, what I do with wild orange, I do 14 drops to Castle soap. And I would say with the Castle soap, I'll do probably a half a cup of Castle soap with distilled water. I would say about 32 ounces of distilled water, a half a cup of Castle soap, 14 drops of orange oil. Shake it up, and I use that for stoves, countertops. You can even use it as a fabric softener. You can use it for a floor cleaner, and it's also energizing. It's an energizing spray. So when you clean your bathroom up with it, you clean the kids, your office. If you have a child that has a lot of energy, the way that just spraying it can help the child as far as a little calmness. But if you want to boost energy, then you would use about 14 drops. So it could go either way. Lavender oil is good antibacterial. I use 5 drops to probably a half a cup of vinegar, 16 ounces of distilled water, and I just spray it around my house. It's good for a linen spray. It's good for your laundry. If you put a little Castle soap with that, it becomes dishwashing liquid. So I just want to pop in today and give you guys a few of those cleaning tips. Natural, healthy cleaning tips, okay? So, yeah, that's about it. And I think today I am going to probably make me some turmeric coffee. I really love turmeric coffee because it gets out inflammation in the colon. Because a lot of times when we think we're constipated, we're not. We actually have a lot of inflammation in our colon. And the last thing I want to say, your bowels should be this big and round. If they are not, you have a lot of inflammation in your colon. A lot of times people will tell us, oh, coffee is not good. Coffee is not good. Coffee is only bad when we put a lot of cream and sugar in it, and cream and sugar and sugar and cream. Then it becomes toxic. It becomes bad for us. But normally what I do, I get organic coffee beans. I grind them up in my Vitamixer. And I also get fresh turmeric, and I grind that up. And that is my coffee. It cleans out my colon very well. I have about 2 cups a day. It does not make me all jittery. So a lot of times things that we think that is not, a lot of times when we think that things are acidic, it's acidic when it's sitting here like this, in a bag or in a box or whatever. But once you put it inside the body, it becomes pH alkaline. Okay? 7.0. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to come back later with my son. I'm going to have another video later on this evening. My son is almost 16 and he has autism. But I'm just going to let him take the video and talk about whatever he wants to talk about, because he is so intelligent and so smart. And just the things that I just told you about has helped him at 95% from having autism. I helped my son reverse that, okay? Just with the foods he's eating and the things that he's doing. So I am going to, we also have a Patreon account. I'm going to leave that in the description. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. I'm going to leave all that in the description box, okay? Talk to you later. Peace and blessings.